Hello and welcome, Snake here. Thanks to Tier Maker, I made another tier list, and today it's going to be the Ogre Kingdom for Total War Warhammer 3. I think this might be one of the last races, or actually the last. Later I'll do the other tier list. For now, I just wanted to cover the races as they are now. Later on, eventually I'm gonna update stuff. I do evaluate units a little bit different, because I do have some limitations thanks to disease I live with, which change how I come to playing video games. So it might affect me here and there, but it shouldn't be that much of a difference. However, I do have my playstyle that is definitely different than you could see a lot, because I do like to value units that sometimes people think they're trash. Anyway, let's leave it. If you like this, leave a like, subscribe, you can help me out. And I start with Gnoblars. Okay, so I did entire campaign, which I think I left VOD on it should pop up here. I did entire campaign with Gnoblars only. And I'm gonna tell you, Gnoblars are not as bad as you might think, okay? If you do entire campaign with only Gnoblars, the value you get for the price you pay is ridiculous. So this is the tier 0, this is tier 1, tier 2, and tier 2. And listen, they're not like the greatest of all, right? But if you're trying to play only Gnoblars campaign, you're gonna be surprised how good they are. I mean, they're so much better than like Skaven trash. And I did an entire campaign with them. It's doable. Definitely, they're not the best, but the value equals, just look at it, 50, 75, 100, and then 120 per upkeep, And they also have some abilities which are really nice, like Uncanny Coordination, really good. So they can absolutely surprise you how good they can be. So that's why I value them this high. When it comes to Ogre Bulls, I hate Ogre Bulls. I hate them. I use them because I have to. And when you just cover everything with mass, yeah, the value should be there. And technically it's not that bad, but no. I definitely value the other two units, the other two Ogre Bulls. One is the dual weapon and second is the Iron Fist. I like the Iron Fist. They're more defensive because they have the option to block the shots. Just look at it. So weak against armor are the dual weapons, because weak against armor, I mean, they are having armor piercing nonetheless, and bonus versus infantry. Well, Iron Fist doesn't have bonus versus infantry, and they have the same somewhat stats, plus missile blocking. These exact the same stats. So I definitely, out of those three, I value the first, the second and the third one, which is Iron Fist and dual weapons. I value them much higher because they are a little bit better. However, and that's already a very important thing, the regular Ogre Bulls are much more easy to get, because all you need to get is like tier 0 building, while the others require barracks. But because I like to have Bruiser, hero, I'm gonna absolutely get barracks. So this is not a problem at all, and I recruit these over regular Bulls often. But, it's not that big of a deal. Next up are Iron Guts. And I don't know, Iron Guts feels iffy. I mean, they have very heavy armor piercing. Very heavy armor piercing. Just look at it. 70. And bonus versus infantry 5. It's like the tier turn 1, so there is no any technologies involved, nothing. And compare that to Maneaters that are tier 3 as well. The armor piercing, it's somewhat equal, but these have a little bit bonus versus infantry. Armor is a little bit better, but armor is like meh, and it's just not that big of a deal. However, the Maneaters, they break later. They are much more, resilient, because their leadership difference is bigger, and definitely it's harder to break them. In terms of availability, and that's very important point here, is that you have Maneaters, Iron Gods you have in Barracks Tier 3, while Maneaters are in a Maneater camp, which takes slot, and not always you're gonna build it, right? Because there is no hero. I mean, you should build it if you want to play with Ogres infantry, because you want to go for the Maneaters in general if you want to have infantry. So Iron Gods are here, and I would say Maneaters in general are here. They're very good, all of them. They're all of them usable, all of them. They're Tier 3, Tier 4, 4, 4, because they changed it. The dual weapons used to be Tier 5. From all the Maneaters, Goldfang Maneaters are insane if you play with Goldfang. But if you don't, great weapons, 26 anti-large. The Goldfang should have versus infantry, so you can mix them. You can absolutely mix them and have a very, very strong... Wait, what? Why it says Tier 4, Tier 3? When they're all on Tier 4 all? Weird. But like I said, you can mix them all, and you definitely gonna have a great result. That's why I think Maneaters in general are really freaking good. And now the infantry with missile infantry, let's call it the Ogres. Leadbelchers are just fucking... Let's say Leadbelchers, after all the nerfs, as a Tier 3 unit, are still fucking insane. They're having a cannonballs in their hands. I mean cannonballs, cannons. So they're shooting, and yeah, they nerfed the piercing how deep the cannonball goes in. But still, I'm not saying you should absolutely spam the fuck out of everything. No. But if your army have 4 or 5, Jesus, they gonna rip everything. They're gonna rip everything. So you want to protect them, and they're just amazing. And I have to admit, Maneaters with pistols are amazing as well. I mean, they're a little bit weaker. Okay, let's put it Maneater here. Okay, let's be fair. Maneaters with Ogre pistols, damn, the bullets are nice, but Leadbelchers are better. I mean, Leadbelchers gonna do so much more damage. The raw range damage is gonna be so much better here. Then again, look, it's not that right. Apparently, this is have higher power. Technically, yes, but they are just ripping shit. While these, the range is definitely half of it. No, actually not. Definitely, Leadbelchers will suffer in melee combat, while the Ogre Maneaters will just hold on. But let's face it, when you have a cannon shooting shit, they rip everything, and then your infantry, deals with the rest. So I absolutely love Maneaters with Ogre pistols, but Leadbelchers might be one of the, if not the best unit for me from Ogre Kingdom. I just love them so much. I am turbo fan of them, and that's why I freaking love them. And now the Ogre Cavalry. And I do have a problem with some of them because they're quite high in the tier list, but some of them feels weaker than they're supposed to. Like Monstrous Cavalry, normal cavalry. I use them a lot, but I think they're absolutely at best mid. I think there is something wrong with them in general, and I have no idea why. They always take a lot of casualties in melee when I'm not fighting anti-large, so I really can't figure out. They're the only tier 3 cavalry they have, so it's definitely the availability is out there. I use a lot of Monstrous cavalry because you can get them from ogre camps available for other races, so I do use them. I like that they have a mass 2000, and yeah, they definitely rip the fuck out of things. But I don't know, I feel there's something wrong. Same goes for Iron Fist. There are here as well. They don't bring much to the table. They have some missile block chance, but it's only like 20-ish. 10 more armor. It's nothing. And there is not lack of specialization here. It's kind of iffy. However, when you get the great weapons, yeah, they're just stronger in general. Anti-large plus 30. Jesus, if you send them against large stuff, they obliterate them. And they eat their shit out. They're so freaking strong, and I can't understand why. But they are so goddamn strong for just 12 entities. And I love them. When it comes to Crushers, which are the next evolution of like the Cavalry, there is, again, one is Iron Fists that brings armor. Just a little bit. Armor piercing. So you have Crushers. Great weapons. Again, anti-large. Plus 30. Armor 120. Leadership 70. Almost the same. Almost the same. Okay. 10 armor less. A little bit missile block chance. And that's it. So choice is obvious. I mean, if you go against like missile units, you might think, oh, I'm gonna pick. Technically, yes. But absolutely, you shouldn't pick the Iron Guts. Because why? Why you want to pick Iron Guts when you get, great weapons that will fuck everything that comes in their way? Like, lords will defend like infantry. And then those lords disappears. They're absolutely fucking disappears. They're gone. So these guys will do very good job. Next up, we're gonna have some beasts. And first is the Saber Tusks pack. My biggest if with Saber Tusks is the Rampage. I fucking hate Rampage with all my heart. They have benefits from heroes, like hunters, so they become better because you can give them like stock, so they definitely have more to offer. They do stuff. Of course, they're not like the greatest, but they do stuff, unless they get into Rampage. That's why I hate them. However, they are also a summon. I always get the heroes to have summons. And when you summon them, they're fucking amazing, because you get them for free, right? You don't pay. You don't pay for them, you just don't care. And so they jump here. I hate Rampage, and it triggers so many times for me. Once the Rampage is there, they're gone. And it's always the same with Rampage. I hate it. And when it comes to Bloodbelchers, man, I tested them. They can kill artillery crew, but they struggle already with archers. So, and it's 48 of them. It's 48 of them. They have melee, defense 20. They're the same stats, more or less, than like the Saber Tusk pack, but they don't have Rampage. They have, however, Carrion Frenzy that increase their melee attack and leadership whenever there is more kills. But often to load it, it's weird. And the fact that they have Wall Breaker is something I can't fucking understand. But they do nicely destroy towers. And seriously, their best value is killing the towers. Why they have Wall Breaker? Like, fuck, they're vultures. I have zero sympathy for them. Yeah, if you want to kill towers, they're gonna fucking be here. But in general, I can't. And Gorgers are the victim of excessive nerfing, which I dislike. I love the Gorgers where there was like 16 of them. Now they're like here-ish. I mean, they're still usable, they're still fine. I love that they're unbreakable, and I love that they're having stock. They are definitely usable because of that, because you can do quite a lot of stuff. Then again, less entities definitely kills stuff, and their melee defense is egregiously low. It's bad. It's bad as it is, because 28 basic fucking archers actually pose a threat to Gorgers here and there, because they're taking more damage than you would like to. And that's why I don't like it. then again, stock helps. So it's one step forward, two steps back. It's balancing-ish around itself. And when it comes to Yetis, there is a problem for me is that, yeah, Gorgers have the advantage that they have stock, while the Yetis, I don't like them. And I know they have Frostbite, they have everything, right? They have, and I could use them absolutely, but I don't. And if you're playing like with Ogre Bulls and everything, then yeah, absolutely put them in to have mixed match, yeah. So I would say they're more like here, because I don't like them. Usually the fire weakness is not that big of a deal, but sometimes it does pay for the crime. If you go against something that actually uses fire, oh my god, they're disappearing. They're fucking disappearing, and I hate that. Like, Iron Drakes met the Yetis once. That's it. So, but yeah, I would say they're much higher if you mix match, but nah. You can definitely have some magic attack and frostbite amongst if you play around tier 3 with units, right? If you're looking for tier 3 unit, absolutely. And you're gonna use monster building. So, yeah, juggling here is here and there. Oh, but Giant. Giant is tier 3, right? And should be all good, and Giant is usable. It's usable, absolutely usable. I'm using it. My problem with Giant is always the size and the speed. Because a lot of people get this, a lot of Ogres get much higher speed. If I could move Giant much faster, I would use it more often. Or sustain it. It does causes problems, but I tend to use it. And I'm dead serious. I'm using Giant. Sometimes I fantasize I can do something more with it. But in the end, I can't. So, yeah, sorry. And this is gonna be quick. Stonehorn. Fucking amazing. Stonehorn with Harpoon. Fucking amazing. The what's called the Thunder Tusk. Fucking amazing. Oh my god, Thunder Tusk is fucking amazing. Gnoblar Launcher, tier 3. It's not bad, okay? It's not bad. I would say it's very good. And the final one is, of course, tier 4 Iron Blaster that blasts everything. It does so much damage. It's ridiculous. I just love it. These guys are insane. I'm not using all of them like as a army. I mix it with Thunder Tusks or like Stonehorn with Harpoon Launchers. But I love what they do. As for the Gnoblar Scrap Launchers, like I said, my biggest problem with them is often the accuracy issues, because it's a catapult. Catapults tend to struggle with accuracy. I like that they have like 3 projectiles, so it does have some splash. It does very nice against infantry, while it struggles against like single target, while Iron Blaster is fucking blasting whatever the hell is coming. But I still feel like Gnoblar's scrap launchers are really good. And yeah, that's it for Ogres. I absolutely think Ogres doesn't have any trash unit. Even the Vultures or Saber-Tooth pack are absolutely usable. There is not a single unit you're not gonna be able to use. All of them serves the purpose. All of them are usable, and there is no Grail Relic amongst the Ogres whatsoever, because they're all working, and you can use Mass Recruit. That's what I like about Ogres. They just exist and they work. You can recruit whatever, and whatever you do, it's gonna be fine. Even Giant. I mean, borderline, even Giant. The problem is with the speed, at best. But I do love Ogre Kingdoms. Golfang is definitely my favorite because it gives you absolutely zero pressure campaign, so you can just play around and kill stuff. Second best would be the Goldtooth, and the final one is the giant pot carrying dude. Which, oh man. And Scrag makes a lot of units better, But in the end, you get Thunder Tusks with Scrag and you shred stuff. Gorger suffers the most because they lack of those 4 entities, which were much more usable. But anyway, that's it from me today. Thank you for watching. Take care, and bye-bye.